Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, you're all lazy, mediocre, and retarded. That's the message they've got for you. Chris Graham, Augusta Free Press. So, white working class evangelicals voted en masse for Donald Trump to give a platform to Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to call them lazy, mediocre, and retarded. Okay, so to be fair, the MAGA voters did not expect the part about the immigrants, one of them with brown skin and a very funny sounding name, calling them lazy, mediocre, and retarded. But the truth hurts. This was the conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer on Thursday night on Twitter, complaining about losing her blue check. Looks like Elon Musk is going to be silencing me for supporting original Trump immigration policies. So she lost her blue check, and which is not silencing her. The blue check amplifies you, yeah, but you're not being silenced. Um, she thinks it's obvious retaliation for using Twitter and Musk's free speech platform to question his stance on white Americans being lazy, mediocre, and retarded. Circular firing squads can be fun to watch. The MAGA movement, having successfully ruined family Christmas gatherings across the expanse of the continent, turned its attention inward on Boxing Day. I gotta say here, it was glorious to see. Because, let's face it, it's not like the points being raised by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are all that wrong. We'll start with Musk here, who endorsed this post from a guy who goes by the CB handle Cash and identifies as an engineer on Twitter. The post, racist whites will do anything to save their white race except getting a job and having children. I have to laugh at that. If you are getting replaced, it's because you are incapable of playing your part. This one was endorsed by Musk, who himself, you have to say, does not identify as an illegal immigrant, though he is one. Came here on an education visa in the 1990s, didn't follow through with the education part of the education visa, got a job before getting his work visa. You do that, you're an illegal immigrant. Let's just say it the way it is. And even though he's since become a naturalized citizen, not having revealed that you were here illegally on your naturalization application can get you deported. So there is that little fly in the ointment. But hey, what he had to say there struck an obvious nerve, and he was just getting started. He endorsed another screed from the account Autism Capital, who framed the immigration debate as being a fight between the quote tech right and the quote right, with the right saying you need to hire Americans, and the tech right saying, but you guys are retarded and you can't out train being retarded. And this is what Musk said in reply. That pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening. He said this was eye-opening to the message you guys are retarded and you can't out train being retarded. Ramaswamy, the son of Indian immigrants, he was a little kinder and gentler with his take. He offered the world a lengthy tweet blaming a culture of mediocrity for why we're, quote, having our asses handed to us by China. Now, what he wrote, among the things he wrote, this can be our Sputnik moment. We've awakened from slumber before, and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Okay. Um, honestly. Um, but here's the problem with that pull yourself up by your own bootstraps thinking. The white voters who put Trump over the top voted for him to make America great again, not to be lectured by some brown-skinned nerd and a white autistic guy from South Africa on how they're going to have to roll their sleeves up and get smarter to make it happen. This is another thing that Ramaswamy wrote in his lengthy screed. More math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons. Now, look, I did a lot of debate tournaments on Saturday mornings. I also watch a lot of Bugs Bunny on Saturday mornings. That turned out okay. More books, less TV, more creating, less chilling. Oh, okay. More from Ramaswamy, a culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ, with a jock over the valedictorian. I was only salutatorian of my high school. Will not produce the best engineers. I'm not an engineer. Maybe that's why. That's the work we have cut out for us rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence. And here's where you got to say, but, Trump's white working class evangelical base was sold on the problem being the DEI, critical race theory woke mob, not their own lack of education, job training, and basic giddy up. All they had to do is vote for Trump. He was going to get rid of all the immigrants, and then they'd get the good jobs the immigrants had. The collective response from the right to this whole thing from Ramaswamy and Musk is, you mean it doesn't work that way? No. Deporting 11 million immigrants is not going to give you all the good jobs. For Augusta Free Press, I'm Chris Graham.